Hello everyone, my name is Kwamia Ross, and I know you're probably getting tired of these videos, but the videos will not stop until I receive the resolve and justice that I want. I've been seeking resolve. I've been seeking, justice against those who have done wrong to me. And these are just not, slight offenses, but grave offenses and injustices that were committed against me. I've been seeking justice, which I have not yet received. Now, today is my daughter's 18th birthday, and she's not here. I won't be able to spend that birthday with her. I missed out on her 16th birthday as well. And I'm at the point where, I'm getting tired of facing the consequences and being punished and suffering for the actions of another person, for the actions of a grown man who came into my life. I talked about this before briefly, but, when I came back to God, I was ready to do his work. And God was using me in many ways to do his work. And so Satan sent an agent of his, a vessel that was doing his work to destroy me and destroy my life. This man began raping me in the spiritual realm. He was a heavy sorcerer and Satanist. And his whole agenda was to destroy me and stop me from fulfilling the purpose that God had for me, because God was using me in many ways to fight against the kingdom of darkness. I didn't know what was going on. I was new at all this. All I was doing was just being obedient to God and being his faithful servant. As a result, my life was destroyed. My children's lives were destroyed. We suffered gravely. And, I was preparing for a husband at that time, and this individual, when he raped me, got in the middle of it. And as you know, in the Bible, in those days, when men raped women, they were responsible for marrying them. So God made an agreement with the Satanist man that he would come to him, that he would be a husband to me and make me his wife. I knew nothing of any of this until years later, when God sent me to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to meet this man. I worked for him briefly at a company where he continued to abuse me and rape me and do things. I cried out to God to stop all of it. I didn't understand why he was allowing all of this to happen. The man put me in agony. He would torment me, do things to me that would cause me physical pain, and do things to my children. We really suffered, and I didn't understand why God would not remove the man out of my life. I sought the help of a church who really prayed with me, were heavily anointed. They prayed, and I began to see the picture that God wanted unfolded. I started to see his plan, and he wanted me to end up being married to this man. He wanted him to make penance to me and make penance to everyone else who he has harmed, to make penance for the things that he has done and his answers have done. But the thing is, this man did not want to come to God. He was adamant and trying to get me and have me cross over to Satanism, which was something that I was not going to do. So the man got angry and took everything out on me, took everything out on my children. He has tried to kill me. He's tried to murder me numerous times. He's attempted to murder my children. All these things have been covered up. He's molested and sexually assaulted my daughter. He had my children taken out of the home and put in foster care. And here I am sitting here, still bearing the offenses and consequences of the things he has done and continues to do in my life. He has put me in a corner where he did not want me to have any, job. He did not want me to be financially liberated, because he thinks that, that'll put me in a situation where I'll have no way of taking care of myself. So I'll come to him and cross over to Satan, which is something that is not going to happen. I'm used to being poor. I've been poor all of my life. Like I told people before, me and my family, we grew up living in one room. I slept in one bed with my mom. We've slept on the floor. We've been on food stamps and welfare. It's nothing to boast or gloat about, but I'm accustomed to living this way. And so the thing is, the man has taken everything financially from me, attacked my vehicles, put my kids in a situation where, I can't do anything with them. They're stuck in a house. My daughter is gone and separated from her family. And I'm looking at God like, where's the justice? I was very loyal to him. I did everything he asked me to do. Traveled with my family, relocated to places where I shouldn't have gone, places that were dangerous, where I knew God's anointing was going to be with me. And that's why I did it. Yes, he protected me, but not to the fullest extent. He protected me to a certain point where, yes, I'm alive and I'm here to tell the story. But I feel that a lot of damage was done to my children that should have been prevented. And I'm at the point where I want God to honor his word and avenge me of my adversary. He's still pushing me to marry this man. I don't want to marry him, because the thing is, when I was ready to open up my heart and take this man and accept him, despite all the things he's done to me and my children, despite the fact that he was unequally yoked and he was a Satanist and worshiping the devil and doing all kinds of wicked, evil things, I knew I was willing to take him and do God's work and help this man get saved and receive salvation so he can go on and do the work for God. But this man had he adamantly fought against us. He said he did not want it. He did not want our God. He did not want to become saved. He wanted his things. He wanted to stay in the kingdom of darkness. He wanted all the rewards he received from serving Satan. He wanted to keep his power. He wanted to keep his jobs and his money and everything else. He wanted to run around with different women. This man has done all kinds of things, put fat on my body, help others, caused me to have a heart attack, has cut into my feet, tried to cripple me and caused me to be incapacitated. He's, like I said, he caused my children to be taken out of the home, made them physically ill, has tried to murder them several times in the spiritual realm, and all this stuff will be hidden and covered up. And I'm at the point where, God is still trying to urge him, us, a union. Why should he be rewarded? It's like this man, even though he came in my life many years ago, interfered with me getting married and everything, he still has not made penance to me. All he's done is come into my life and cause more problems. All he's done is further destroy me and my children. So my thing is, why is he being rewarded? I want God to honor his word and punish the man. It's not my fault. I should not have to be punished because he did not do what he was supposed to have done. And this is the thing. I am tired of living my life bearing the burdens for grown men and women who should be accountable for themselves and their own actions. I shouldn't have to keep reaping the destruction of other people. I'm sitting here right now and it's like, okay, Children and Family Services, they want my son to have a therapist. Okay, so I can't take my son to therapy because I don't have a car or any money because this man caused these problems. And so now that reflects negatively on me, and they'll want to come in here and take my son out of the house again. See, this is the thing I'm talking about. We should not have to keep paying for the consequences of evildoers. They're supposed to be responsible for their own actions, and God is supposed to be punishing them. This man came in my life. He did the work of Satan. He answered the call of Satan. He was obedient to his God, Satan, and he came and touched an anointed prophet. And I want him to be punished for it. That's all I ask. Not continue to have the liberty to run around free and continue to keep causing more havoc in my life, wreaking havoc on me and my children and making us suffer the consequences for his own actions. He is supposed to be bearing the consequences of his actions and everyone else who has come up against us. My children are not supposed to be suffering right now. Like I sit here, like we pay literally for the sins of everyone else. Like my son, when he was in school, they attacked his brain, the witches and everything. They destroyed him. He was a smart, bright, intelligent young man. They destroyed him. So now he's sitting here, can barely do his work and stuff. These people, my son should not have to be reaping these consequences. He should. Those who've done these things should be reaping the consequences. If you want to do sorcery and witchcraft, I get it. You know what? I get the fact that maybe some of you were sacrificed by your parents and your grandparents or whatever else, and you were put in a spiritual bondage and oppressed. But the thing is this, when you get to a certain age, you can determine and begin to distinguish right from wrong. You don't have to continue to follow in the ways that you were taught. You will look for something different. If you did not want to do this, you would have sought the help of God. I have put out tons of information. I have written books. I have made videos. Before this, I was doing podcasts. There's so much information out there how to talk to people, how to get out of bondage. So if a person does not like what they're doing and they really want to be free, they will take the steps necessary to have their freedom. But the type of people that I'm dealing with are people who don't want to be free. They enjoy their sins. They're enjoying all the benefits they're getting. They just don't want to reap the consequences of those sins. And also, they want to continue to justify them. They want to blame everyone else and justify the things that they're doing. And this is the problem I have with, because grown, able-bodied men and women are not being forced to be accountable for their own ways. Now, if I do something here in the physical realm, if I break a crime or break the law or do something, this one, guess what? I'm going to be punished for it. And so just because you're doing sorcery or witchcraft, you're still committing crimes and offenses against people, and you're breaking God's law, and you deserve to be punished. So this is why I'm making these videos, because I am tired of bearing the sins and the sufferings and the pain of people who have wronged me. I am tired of a man running around free after he has decided to listen to Satan and come in my life. He made his own choices and decisions. He made the decision to come and hurt an anointed prophet, to rape her repeatedly, to cause to harm her children and cause them to be taken from her. So now he does not want to face the consequences for his actions, and he's broken every covenant and agreement that he has made with God. Now I should not be penalized for this, but instead he should be getting punished. I am tired of it. I should not be sitting here today upset because I can't see my daughter on her 18th birthday. I should not be sitting here in a bondage in a prison because God has allowed a man to come in my life and destroy me. I was rewarded evil. Yes, I went around fighting and helping other people, but I can't do it anymore. I can't keep bearing the burdens for people who won't try to help themselves. You won't even listen to the podcast I sit here and put out. You won't even watch the videos that I make. You won't read the books. Or if you don't like me so much and you don't think that I'm credible, like I said before, you can go get someone else to help you. You can start fighting for your own children. I should not have my children in foster care because other people cannot fight for their kids and they won't seek God to help themselves. I am tired of being forced to carry the burdens of people who don't want to do anything for themselves. I don't mind helping a person who's going to get up. I said this all the time. If you're willing to get up and fight for yourself, I will give you the assistance you need. I will do everything I can for you. But if you want to keep sitting here making excuses and continue to do what you want to do, living in your sins and lollygagging and having fun, and you want to be oblivious and clueless to what's going on and you don't want to help yourself, then please, I don't want to carry your burdens. And I'm getting tired of God forcing me to carry them. This is not me being mean or any of this. I'm just at the point where I'm tired. If you've gone through what I've gone through, you'd feel the same way. I have lost my children. Yes, I have my son still sitting here, but I don't even really have him here. Everyone has taken over his soul, literally, put him on evil altars. I have someone in my family who's married to my aunt. And his name is Mark White. He literally attached himself to my son's soul, was doing sorcery for years. It took us so long for God to reveal what was happening to him. He's been siphoning my son's youth because he's older. How is that even righteous and right? I don't understand how people can live their lives. You lived your life. You had a chance to have your youth, but you want to take from someone else? My son is 15 years old. He should not be looking like he's 30-something. He should not have his youth taken. He should not have someone else's sins and burdens transferred to him. His father's doing it. My father's doing it. All these people have attached themselves to attack me and my family. And I'm at the point where I want God to do something. I pray daily. I fight harder than, I don't know, a lot of Christians, because a lot of Christians don't even know how to do spiritual warfare. I have fought, but I'm at the point where, you know what? I am tired. God has made being a mother, a parent, a burden to me. All I wanted to do was watch my children grow up and love them. To appreciate them, to watch them. I've tried to be a good mother, but instead he has turned it into some weird ministry where I have to sit here and fight witchcraft and have my children be assaulted and watch them suffer and go through all this turmoil. And it's wrong. That was not what was promised to me. I was promised a ministry where I help young mothers, not a ministry where I'm dealing with witches and sorcerers 24/7. And carrying their burdens. I can't empathize with them. Yes, my father sacrificed me to Satan, but I was never a witch. I never practiced witchcraft or sorcery. So therefore, I cannot empathize with these people. I can't really help them. Only thing I can do is pray for them. It's like saying, oh, well, you could have been alcoholic. You drunk some wine before. You could have been alcoholic, but you weren't one. So now you can go to this AA meeting and empathize with all these recovering alcoholics. I'm not that. And I've asked him numerous of times to give the burden to someone else who was qualified to deal with it, but he would not. Instead of me being a mother to my two special needs children, I had to do this and spread myself all over for him and his ministry, and we end up getting destroyed. And yes, I'm resentful about it because I don't see in the Bible where it says that you're going to destroy us just to save someone else. I don't see where it says that you're going to offer up children and let them suffer so you can help grown, able-bodied men and women who won't do what it needs to be done to come to you and save themselves. I don't understand why the wicked is continue to get away. When people pray, when the righteous pray, you're supposed to be answering them. They're not supposed to keep having their way. They're not supposed to be suffering us for 30 and 40 and 50 years. I look around centuries of the same crap. And I'm at this point where I'm tired of it. I'm tired. No, I do not want to marry a man who has raped me, raped my daughter, attacked them, assaulted them, tried to kill them and murder them, put fat all over my body, laid around with numerous other women, had my kids removed from the home, and has attacked me financially to the point where I have nothing. No, I don't want to look in the face of this man who has taken everything from me, who has taken my original husband from me, has taken my ministry from me. I've lost so much, and there's nothing that can repair that. Nothing that can replace 30 years of my life that was taken. There is nothing that can undo all the damage and harm that has been done to our family. And I'm just at the point now where I want God to honor his word and avenge me of my adversary. Thank you.